This video is kindly sponsored by MPB. This wasn't the shoot that I had originally planned. I'd mapped out a few days of chasing waterfalls and hiking trails, but the forecast turned into 40-mile-an-hour winds and heavy rain, so the mountains were out of the question. So instead, I'm taking shelter here, in the forest, with just my macro lens while the bad weather passes. The weather isn't going to be as extreme locally as it is going to be where I wanted to go and do my landscape photography adventures, but I'm not complaining because we are overdue rain. It's been a very, very dry spring and summer, and the trees need it, the earth, the soil needs it. A few weeks ago, I left 2 acorns on this tree stump, and I want to see if they're still there. Oh, the actual nut has gone, but it is still there. I might quickly take a photo with a similar or the same composition as last time if I can, simply to document the change. So I'm keeping my setup simple, the D850, my Sigma 105mm macro lens, and a panel light or 2. Nothing more, just enough to carve some light into the shadows, because in here, when it's overcast and rainy, it's pretty dark and dull. Just as I was admiring this rather large fungus, my filming camera, it just gave out. It stopped working. I guess it had just had enough of looking at my face for the past few years. Never mind, easy come, easy go. Get into photography, they said. Get into video, it'll be fun. Fun, it's like a financial black hole. Well, back to it. Multiple days later, and it is still chucking it down. Because we've had huge amounts of rain over the past few days, there are fungi just popping up everywhere. And I didn't specifically come out to look for fungi. However, I'm not going to waste this opportunity because it has been months since I have found any significant fungi growth because it's been so unbelievably dry. One of the reasons I love photographing intimate scenes is that they reveal grand stories hidden in the tiniest of details. And what draws me in even more is their impermanence. Some subjects, like fungi, vanish within hours. Others change by the end of the day. Every moment is unrepeatable. Of course, landscape photography will shift as well. Go to the same location multiple times and the light, the conditions, the mood, the atmosphere will differ. But there's something so satisfying about noticing a tiny scene within the forest, underneath the trees, that potentially countless of other people may walk past unnoticed. It's as though you're discovering the secrets of the forest just between nature and I have this cracking acorn scene here, and when you think of acorns, you either think of them attached to a tree or on the ground. At least that's what I do, but this one is technically on a tree, just in a very, very different way. But I quite like this splash of vibrant colour among all of the sort of brown and greys. Now, I am focus bracketing today, so I get a lot of detail in, but actually I think I want the focus to fall off in the background there where this bark is, so I'm just going to bracket a couple of images max. There is a quiet peace in the small moments of the forest, a gentle reminder to be present. It's addictive, coming back to the forest each day to see what new secrets it has to offer. If you don't spend a lot of time in a place like this, it may be difficult to understand why woodland photographers become so immersed in the space and so emotionally attached to the forest. The energy is different beneath the canopy. Everything is alive and has character. The forest breathes, it moves, and it carries a rhythm that is easy to get lost in. And fungi, that's where it becomes even more fascinating. Each one is unique, a fleeting sculpture shaped by rain, soil, and time. Photographing them feels like chasing something magical, moments that can never be repeated, yet reveals an entire hidden world unfolding right at your feet. I think what I'm going to go and do, because I'm just sort of taking snaps and not really explaining in any detail what I'm doing, I think I'm going to go and find one last subject and break it down a little more with you. So while I go and take a wander around, I would just like to thank MPB for sponsoring today's video. If you need video or photo kits, perhaps you need to replace a microphone that you lost while you were traveling, a camera body that broke mid-project, or perhaps you just enjoy picking up kits for your creative projects, MPB is my go-to. And they are the largest global platform to buy, sell and trade in used video and photo kits. And they make it so hassle-free. MPB has everything from the latest camera bodies to lenses and accessories. And the images that you see on the website is the exact product that you will be buying, so you know exactly what it is that you're going to get. And the listing comes with expert chosen condition ratings and a full product description. When your order arrives, it arrives in plastic-free packaging as a part of MPB's mission to be environmentally friendly. The kit I ordered was in like new and excellent condition, and the best part about it is that I saved some money buying used. If you're looking to save some money on your kit without compromising on performance and quality, then I recommend MPB from personal experience. So if you'd like to check them out, I'll leave a link to MPB down in the description box. Thank you once again, MPB, for supporting this channel. So I have found my final image for today's video, and I've already set it up, but I'm going to take you through the process of why I have set it up like this. So I found this cluster of mushrooms growing on this damp, broken bit of branch on the floor, and I want to photograph it from a low, dramatic angle where you can see all of the gill detail from below. So to make my life easier, I've popped it onto a slightly taller log. This way I'm able to get my camera underneath looking up at it. So the sun is in and out at the moment, and when it is out, the light is catching the edges of the fungi and creating some very harsh highlights that are difficult to control, and inconsistencies in lighting will cause some problems within my stack when it comes to post-processing. So what I'm going to do is use the back of my reflector to cut it out completely. And I'm just going to cut the light out that is hitting the fungi and not the background, because in the background we have some beautiful light that's coming through the trees, and around f8 it's creating these beautiful orbs within the background, which is very dreamy and ethereal like. And now the sun goes back in. Now, when the sun is out and I'm blocking the sunlight, I'm creating a shadow over my subject. And so what I'm going to do is use a panel LED light to fill in those shadows so that you can see all of that beautiful gill detail and texture. So I'm just going to pop one to the right of the scene and use the second one just to prop it up so it stays still. So depth of field here is quite narrow. So I'm going to focus bracket this scene so I can get a lot of detail, sharp detail in. And I'm going to set the camera to take 120 photos, which may seem like an overkill. However, we have 4 fungi here and they're all at different levels. Now, in post-processing, I'm probably going to decide, do I want all 4 of these mushrooms to be in focus, or do I just want 1 or 2 and allow the focus to then fall off in the background? But in taking more than enough images, I then have that choice in post-processing. So it's a bit awkward trying to block light and also reach for my camera settings, but luckily the forest comes with helpers. So you just take that for me, and then I'll get down here and take this photo. I ran the stack with most of the images, however it didn't stack as smoothly as I would like it to have, as there was a lot of depth to cover here. So I took some of the images out and allowed the fungi in the back to fall out of focus, which worked much better and there was less retouching to do. I think this is my favourite image from today's video, but I would love to know what yours is, and I did pop the fungi back where I found it afterwards as well. So the weather has cleared up just in time for me to go to Iceland on a workshop, and actually I think I'm going to be following the bad weather to Iceland, which will be fun. So my landscape adventure that I had originally planned will have to wait now until October when I get back, but I guess that is something to look forward to. Unfortunately, I will not be filming, or it's very unlikely that I will be filming my Iceland experience this time, just because I have a lot of things to juggle and I'm going to focus on the workshop and the photography. But you'll probably see some images floating around social media when I get back. Otherwise, I just want to thank you so much for watching today's video. I think I'm going to go and print this image, and I will see you soon.